Hi everyone, today is Friday the 11th of August 2017, and this whole thing to do with Transformers 5 that says rethink your heroes, it's got to do with this. Daisy Ridley saying a quote about Mark Hamill, aka Luke Skywalker. And it says right here, and as a lot of people know, it's difficult when you meet your heroes because it might not be what you expect. See, heroes. Just like rethink your heroes. It could even be to do with like the Heroes chocolate and even the Heroes TV show. Even Hero out of Much Ado About Nothing. So basically, this Chaos Walking film that is coming out in 2019, that's got to do with the chaos coming at the end of days. And even the chaos that is already started up around the world. What with North Korea about to nuke places and such. So it says about the description of this movie, it says a dystopian world where there are no women and all living creatures can hear each other's thoughts in a stream of images, words, and sounds called noise. Now, obviously, white noise is to do with ghosts. So basically, like, there's no women in this movie because it represents when they all go to heaven, just like the Revelation 12 woman ascending into heaven. So, basically, if there's no women in this movie, then how come Daisy Ridley is in it? Because obviously she's a woman. Like, um, but anyway, see the character that she's playing is called Viola Eade. The V for the fifth age, see? The V in her name. So, here it says North Koreans working as state-sponsored slaves in Qatar, and North Korea is relying on slaves sent to Russia, China, and Qatar. Now, prophecy is being fulfilled, scripture is being fulfilled, because China is basically rising up against North Korea by doing their sanctions against them. So, just as the Groks to me always say that China and Russia are going to rise up, that is basically what is happening because China and Russia are rising up against North Korea. I mean, the tensions are mounting between Russia and the US as well. So, I mean, that's even why, like, this panda bear is wearing pants with the Chinese flag on it. See? Here it says North Korea details plan to fire missile salvo towards Guam. Basically, the New World Order are planning to make the whole world slaves. And they're going to do it through mind control. It's to do with MK Ultra and stuff like that. So, basically, this gunslinger character out of Doctor Who represents just like Cyborg out of DC. And even this gunslinger Idris Elba character out of the Dark Tower. See how his gun represents just like Cyborg's weapon here in his arm and in his hand. Like Cyborg's cybernetic eye represents the Eye of Horus. So Cyborg's cybernetic arm and hand represents just like this guy's cybernetic arm and hand, see? So you see how that gun and that gun is just like that gun. That's what it represents. Idris Elba's your Obama type character, just like Cyborg is, see? So, Now we're going to play a bit from the Dark Tower trailer. See how it says Weed Road Pictures? This is basically brainwashing people to take drugs. That's what it is. Like,
For thousands of generations, the gunslingers were knights.
Knights. Just like the Knights of the Round Table and Jedi Knights. Just like Transformers The Last Knight. See? So, and just like Star Wars The Last Jedi. Because The Last Jedi Knight. So, or The Last Jedi Knights, whatever. I mean, this is a picture right here. I believe it's from the graphic novel of the Dark Tower. And if you zoom in right here, you can see that V for the Fifth Age again, see? And then even the key to open the abyss as well. All of these like skulls represent the Death Horsemen coming. And this rose represents Rose out of Titanic and Rose out of Doctor Who, and even like the Rose in Beauty and the Beast as well. So, well, the Roses or Rose or whatever you want to say. This is obviously like the Satan character coming with a knife. Actually, I might be wrong. That might actually be the Jesus character. Because remember, like the sword comes out of Jesus's mouth, so the knife could be like the sword. And then, basically, in the background, like you can see the tree of life right there. And then over here is where the new tree is planted. So for the new age. So here's your Michelle Obama type character here. This is really weird, right? In the Dark Tower movie, obviously the gunslinger is black, but in this graphic novel, it looks like he's white. That could be to do with Michael Jackson. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, because remember, like Michael Jackson went from being black into white. Well, it's like Nick Fury. He went from being white in the comics to being black in the movies. Like, the same can be said about this gunslinger. Being white in the graphic novels, then being black in the movies. So, basically, this guy here, this kid, probably represents Prince William. Just like this guy here, see? And there's Idris Elba Obama down in this pit here. So, see the pyramid is further we're underneath the burdens of Egypt. Because that is why it looks like these guys here are underneath it. Like this is the Islam Cube, aka the Tesseract. So you could say that this is Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, some people have even compared this guy to Donald Trump. Could even represent even Captain America because of the blonde hair. Anyway. So, here you can see, basically the doors. Now, one door, is the door that we have to go through with Jesus to get into heaven. But I'm not sure what the other two doors represent. Like one of them could be Satan's door, maybe, like the doorway to hell or something. But anyway, like it could be to do with like in the middle you have like the new Freedom Tower being built, and then either side here, like on the left and the right, you have like the twin towers that were destroyed. So See that bird there? That represents the eagle in Revelation 12. So, see this right here? Stephen King, The Wind Through the Keyhole. Just like the Through the Keyhole TV show. Has everything to do with the key to open the abyss. Because Satan has to put the key in the keyhole.
You're a man looking at the world through a keyhole.
And then, see the Eye of Horus there. So, basically, don't you think it's weird how 2 Stephen King movies are coming out around the same time? Like It and The Dark Tower. Like, so basically, the wastelands, that represents the earth will be a wasteland, and that is, like, basically we have to go to heaven before it becomes a wasteland. And then the wolves of the Kala, that's actually to do with the wolves of hell. Basically, you see this book here, it's called Wizard and Glass. Now the glass bit has got to do with Alice through the Looking Glass, but the wizard bit has got to do with magicians. Just like Doctor Strange is your magician wizard type character. So, see, 2017 Economist cover, The Magician. That's Doctor Strange right there. Like, could even be equated to Jeremy Corbyn, doing mind control things to get votes. See the red for Labour there? So, basically, Atomic Blonde all got to do with the Revelation 12 woman. Charlize Theron is the Rev 12 woman character. Now, basically, like James McAvoy, you could say, oh, he's a Satan character. You can jump straight to that conclusion just because he's the antagonist in this movie. But to be honest, James McAvoy could represent Jesus in this movie, just like he does when he plays Professor X in the X-Men movies. Because, basically, in this movie, James McAvoy takes out Sophia Boutella. Now, Sophia Boutella, she's a villain in Kingsman, and she's also a villain in The Mummy, because she is the Mummy. So she represents the woman of wickedness. So when James McAvoy, takes out Sophia Boutella in this Atomic Blonde movie, it's like he's taking out the woman of wickedness, like Jesus taking out the woman of wickedness. So, this song of Susanna, that could be to do with Susanna Reid. And also, the song of the Ood out of Doctor Who. So, see these characters called the 3 out of Star Wars The Old Republic? Well, see just like the drawing of the 3 right there? Could even be to do with the 3 families in Star Wars The Old Republic. Basically, this represents Obama taking the mark of the beast. He's taking the cybernetic implants. God have mercy on us all. Basically, it was revealed at the end of this movie that the Soviets were in on everything. They knew everything. Another thing that represents Russia rising up. It also represents Germany rising up because of the whole thing about East Berlin and West Berlin in this movie.